Tarot love bugs, it's Anthony, and I have got some very special mail today, and I've been sitting here politely packing it because Canada Post may be going on strike this week, and I was really hoping this would come to me before, and it arrived today. I'm so happy. So I got an email a little while back from the delightful and divine Joanna Powell Colbert, who is the creator and artist and writer of the Gaian Tarot, and I got this beautiful gifty in the mail. Some of you probably already have guessed what it is, and I have everything set up today to do videos, so I'm like super duper happy. And I even have scissors on me, which is rare. Okay, so we're just going to be very careful because I have a bad habit of damaging the goodies because I'm hack and slash happy. Let's not do that. So I got this from Schiffer Publishing. Thank you, everyone at Schiffer Publishing. I freaking love your work. Your decks are beautiful. So I got a little love note. Thank you so much, Schiffer. It is the new edition of the Gaian Tarot, folks, and look at this luscious box. Holy shitballs. It is so gorgeous. Oh, look, there's like a blue shimmery shimmer shims, and there's blue shimmery shimmer shims there, and oh, let's get into it. Oh my gosh. Now this deck, folks, if you haven't, I follow Joanna on Instagram, and I have for a very long time, and on Facebook and things like that. This deck has been out of print, and it was done first by her, by Joanna, by the artist and creator, and she runs I don't know if she's still doing it, please correct me if I'm wrong, love, but she does retreats as well, which, oh my gosh, every time she posts I'm like, oh, why'd you go there, go there. So does artist retreats and retreats with the Gaian Tarot when it came out. So it was an original indie deck, and then it was picked up by Llewellyn, and they did a run, and then it was out of print, and then Schiffer picked it up. So it's been a few years since this has been available. They are going out, I think it's being released on the 15th of July. So I do have a bit of a exclusive, which is I'm so happy about. So thank you so much for this beautiful gift. Oh, so shiny. So this comes in a beautiful, oh my gosh, beautiful box. So really well protected. Now this is not, this is a very modern, beautiful deck, and I say modern in respect that it is, yeah, you'll see when I go through it. But look at this, it has a beautiful, it's a little ribbon tab. So you will pay a little bit more for Schiffer books and Schiffer decks, and this is why, because the packaging is just deluxe. So we've got a little bit about Joanna, who's a beautiful soul. Then we have this gorgeous book, which has been updated. This is new. There's new information here. So we've got this is a very pagan, very witchy, very earth-centered, very multicultural, inclusive, gorgeous deck, by the way. Another one, I know this has been a topic of conversation in the tarot community. So there's 78 cards. There's the interpretations with the divinatory meanings, themes, symbols, journal questions, and affirmations. So right up my alley, the way that I have written guidebooks. And then 10 spreads as well, which is awesome. And it is full color, y'all. And probably one of my favorite strength cards ever. Gorgeous. And it's all color coded too. So look at that. Minor arcana, major arcana. Working with the cards. Oh, so they're working with the cards at the back. Oh, but I mean, look at this. It's so just thoughtfully designed. a beautiful contents page. Anytime I post this, because I have the Llewellyn version of this deck, anytime I post this on my social media, I'm always asked, like, what cards are those? It's so beautiful. So this guidebook is 185 pages long. Beautiful guidebook, which sits in the box. Okay, and then the box has space for the cards as well. And now these cards have been changed in the way that they are bigger, which is, I think, is gorgeous because the artwork is so detailed. So the normal size of the cards, this is the Animal Totem Tarot by Llewellyn, is that size, so much bigger. The cardstock is thicker, and there is silver gilded edges now. Now the only thing that's not on trend, and I don't really mind, this has never been a deal breaker for me, is that it does have borders. I know for some people that's going to be something that they're going to want to trim, but then you lose the silver, guys. Like, I would never touch that. But it's really a personal thing. I don't mind it at all. I quite like them. Especially when, you know, there are many uses for tarot. And this is beautiful for altars and things like that. So I'm now going to do a flip through. Oh my God, the cardstock, guys. The cardstock. It's good cardstock. New tarot deck smell. Okay, so that's the Seeker or the Fool. Magician. I love this deck. I love that, as you can see, the art goes into the first border. Priestess. These are so juicy and big. I love it. The Gardener or Empress. Oh my God. I'm really digging that these are bigger because you can see so much more of the detail. Like, you can see what fruit and vegetables. Oh my gosh. And like things I totally would have missed with my smaller deck is she even has like a little Venus of Willendorf in her basket there. Like, oh my God, I just love it so much. You can see the flowers on the mirror. The Builder. The Teacher. So the archetypes have been changed, but it's very aligned. The Lovers. This speaks to the witch in me so much. This is just like such a beautiful... Oh, I've actually sea kayaked with killer whales. So this is like amazing for me. I on my bucket list to do again before I pass on. Strength. The Hermit. So lots of animal imagery. The Wheel. Oh, gosh, this is so beautiful. Justice. The Tree. The Hanged Man. So the Tree of Life being the what the hangman is hanging from. Death. Beautiful Death card. So just like butterflies and acorns and Temperance. Bindweed instead of the Devil. Lightning instead of the Tower. But very tarot-esque. So you can see the star, the moon. It's so beautiful, that owl. The sun. Awakening in replacement of Judgment. And you can see Buddha in the clouds there. Oh, that's what happens with the gilded ones, but I quite like that. Gaia, the World. Ace of Air. Ace of Fire, Water, so beautiful. Oh, I love this one so much. Ace of Earth, look at that beautiful little fawn. Two of Air, so air is Swords, fire is Wands, water is Cups, and earth is Pentacles. Two of Fire, isn't it gorgeous? Two of Water, Two of Earth, I love this. Juggling two babies, it's hard when you gotta go shopping. Three of Air, gorgeous. Three of Fire, the Dancer. Oh, my favourite. Three of Water. Anytime I see otters, I just get immediately happy because I freaking adore them so much. Three of Earth. Four of Air. You can see the twine in there and what's been put in the... Gorgeous. Four of Fire. Four of Water. Well, Sacred Well. Four of Earth. Squirrel. Five of Air. Nice show of combat there. Birds of prey, all those predators. Five of Fire. I'd love to think I would be brave enough to do that, but maybe not. Five of Water. And I've been reading, I actually read a lot with this deck, my Llewellyn version in Australia. So if you had a video reading with me, you may have had this this deck, Five of Earth, because it was in storage because I couldn't bring everything with me, so I was like so happy to get it back. So it's now going to be in heavy rotation. Six of Fire, and I'm probably going to use this new one because of the bigness of it. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use this big one. I'm a sucker for big cards with gorgeous everything. Six of Earth. Love this. Seven of Air. Deciding which way to go. Seven of Fire. Seven of Water. Seven of Earth. Eight of Air. Eight of Fire. Eight of Water. Eight of Earth. So as you can see, this is a very multicultural, very spiritual community, but modern as well. So a really beautiful deck for, I found a gorgeous deck for working on your own practice and also with readings. It gives a very different perspective. I find that decks like this that are a little out of the norm of being in two places that knows the bushfires, that sort of give us a different perspective of the tarot archetypes. You know, I really love it. So these are now the court cards. So children instead of pages. So gorgeous. I mean, look at them. Explorer instead of knight. Oh, she's just so gorgeous. Guardians instead of queens, and they're male and female. Look at her, she's just everything. And elders instead of kings. And again, they are both male and female elders. So this deck, honestly, guys, I know we've all been talking about representation in decks, and this has got, you know, age and very multicultural. I think it's one of the most beautiful decks, and I'm so happy now to have both versions. I'm very, very blessed. Thanks so much to Schiffer Publishing, my goodness, for picking it up. Whew. Okay, so let's do a quick shuffle, as I like to do with my little unboxing reviews, like butter. Oh, just divine. I have pretty small hands, by the way, everyone, but I've learned over the years how to shuffle with these larger decks, and I actually really like them. And they shuffle gorgeously. I find with bigger decks, I shuffle portrait-wise. Okay, so let's have a quick cut of the deck, and we'll have a look at what we have. Seven of Air. I said I really like this card, and I do. This actually reminds me of being in South America and being in Peru. So let's have a look at a little bit of what the guidebook says, because I don't want to be reading rote to rote, because it would just bore everybody. So it is done in numbers, so 6s, 5s, 4s, so it's an easy way to find each one. So we have a little bit about the cards. She talks about the hiker, and then when the card comes up in a reading, so time to strategize and plan and prepare for a new direction. And then the shadow side, which is very aligned to the way that I read too. And then affirmation, I make my plans but leave room for serendipity. So being that flexible, mutable air and allowing for change to happen and going with the flow, but also looking at the direction in which you're going in, long-term planning. So that's our message today from the Gaian Tarot. There is no question that this deck is going to be in huge rotation. And a thank you to Teresa and to Joanna for sending me this beautiful gift and connecting us. I love the first one. I already love this one. It's going out on my altar for sure. So you can pre-order this wherever you get your decks from. I'll put a link below, from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Chapters, the Book Depository, your local, support your local businesses too. But the beautiful thing about these is, you know, this woman has put so much work into this, and I adore decks like this that come from people who just pour their heart and soul into it. So thank you so much for watching my unboxing and first impressions, and you will see a ton of this deck in my feeds and everything, and in my readings if you book a reading with me. So thank you so much.